the snow and get the chains put on. But you need, this is a Caltrans official there, and he's number 502, and he is a chain installer. So all of the official people are like that, have those numbers on them.
Welcome to Snow Valley Mountain Resort. My name is Kevin Selk. I'm the marketing manager, and I'd like to once again welcome you on behalf of Rick Redden, our vice president and general manager, and everybody here on the Snow Valley team. We're here this morning for Caltrans Driving Safely in the Winter Snow press conference. I'd like to introduce Terry Kasinga from Caltrans this morning. Thank you.
And we'd like to thank the media that showed up here today. You're a crucial point to getting down to the lowland and the LA and Orange County and letting people know what to expect before they come up to the mountains in the snow this winter. We're going to talk about how to prepare for your mountain trip to the snow. Caltrans is here today in a joint effort with the U.S. Forest Service, California Highway Patrol, local law enforcement, and emergency services to offer tips to make your trip to the snow a safe one. Know before you go. Plan your trip by checking weather forecasts, listening to the radio, looking at Caltrans' website, or calling us for road conditions. Caltrans wants you to know that we are here to get you there. First and foremost, bring your chains. You will not be permitted without them once chain control goes into effect on the mountain. Be prepared. The following items could save your life: warm clothing and blankets, a cell phone and a charger, water, snacks and medications, flares, and most importantly, bring your common sense and your safe driving habits. Be aware that chain installers, Caltrans workers, and CHP officers will be on the road with you. Slow down and have patience. Our website address is caltrans8.info, or you may call us at 866-383-4631, or you can also check our road conditions at 1-800-427-ROAD. I'd also like to acknowledge a Medal of Valor winter that actually saved someone's life in a snowstorm in 2004 on Highway 38. There was a woman who was driving an SUV and actually hit some ice and actually went over the side of the road and was launched in a tree about 30 feet off of the roadside. 4 of our Caltrans maintenance workers from the San Bernardino Mountain area actually climbed down the side of the hill, secured her vehicle to a wedge on the front of a Caltrans vehicle, escorted her out of the car safely, and then drug the vehicle back up on the highway. Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger actually awarded them the Medal of Valor last week, and we do have one of those award recipients here. His name is Keith Loeb. He is the superintendent of the Dry Creek Maintenance Station.
Thank you.
There will be a short chain installation conference. At this time, I would like to introduce Officer Wally Wood from the California Highway Patrol talking about your safety on the road.
Wood from the California Highway Patrol. I work in the Lake Arrowhead office. And as we know, the holidays are here. And we know that this nice Southern California weather that's mild that we've been enjoying recently is not going to last forever. We know that winter is upon us now. The San Bernardino National Forest is one of the most popular winter and holiday destinations in Southern California. Even though driving on Southern California freeways can be hectic and a challenge, driving in our local mountains poses its own special challenges. During the winter, the weather can add snow, ice, fog, and falling rocks to the mix. With that in mind, I'd like to discuss a few things for the motorists to keep in mind that will help make their trip to the mountains more enjoyable and safe. Specifically talking about driving, number 1, slow down. Reduce your speed. The number 1 cause of accidents in our local mountains during inclement weather is unsafe speed for conditions. Oftentimes they'll get inquiries from the media about how many accidents were caused by the weather, and we like to say that weather doesn't cause the accidents, it's the motorists who fail to drive safely during the inclement weather. When we have chain restrictions in effect, there's different speed limits that we have. On 2-lane highways, it's 25 miles per hour, and on multi-lane highways, it's 30 miles per hour. Another thing to keep in mind is increase your following distance. Drive with your headlights on, even during daylight hours. Use caution when crossing bridges or when driving in shady areas, as these areas are more likely to have ice on them. As far as your vehicle's climate control system, set your climate control to defrost and make sure that your system is not set on recirculate, as this will fog up your windows and make it difficult to see out of your car. Another thing to keep in mind is raise your visual horizon and plan ahead. Don't just look right in front of your vehicle. Oftentimes you'll be able to see the hazards that are ahead by just raising your visual horizon. Another thing to keep in mind is be patient and courteous to other drivers. Many people, when they come to the mountains, drive a little bit slower because they're unfamiliar with the roads and they're just trying to drive safe, and we recommend that people be patient with that. If you become involved in a minor accident or any accident, move your vehicle to a safe location out of the highway. You want to do this if you're going to exchange information with another party or if you're just waiting for an officer to show up and take an accident report. A few other things I'd like to discuss. Terry covered some of those, but we want to emphasize that when you drive in the mountains in the winter, carry your snow chains. California law requires that all vehicles entering into an area with chain restrictions carry tire chains. This includes vehicles that are equipped with four-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, four-motion, quattro, traction control, or any other type of traction control aiding device. Make sure that the chains you have fit the vehicle you're driving and that you know how to properly install them. And when you do have the occasion to have to install them, make sure you do so out of the traffic lanes. There may not be chain requirements in effect when you travel to the mountains, but the weather can change quickly here, and you may need your chains to return home when your vacation is over. Also, carry in your vehicle warm clothes, a small amount of food, water, a blanket, and a cell phone. In the event that you become stuck or stranded in your vehicle, you may need these items while waiting for assistance. Another thing to keep in mind is you want to, when you leave and you start up the mountain, fill your vehicle up with gasoline. And this is also in the event you become stuck and you may have to wait things out. Two more things I want to cover is, number one, don't drink and drive. During the holiday season, the Highway Patrol will be out in extra numbers, specifically looking for impaired drivers. So please don't drink and drive. Also, buckle up. Not only is it the law, but it also saves lives. In closing, on behalf of the California Highway Patrol here in Lake Arrowhead, I'd like to extend a wish for a safe and happy holidays. Thank you.
Our next guest is John Miller. He's the Public Affairs Specialist with the United States Forest Service, and he'll be covering snow safety.
John Miller with the U.S. Forest Service. As you probably know, the San Bernardino National Forest is the #1 winter recreation destination probably in the nation on the National Forest System, and most certainly for Southern California. The one thing that we want to emphasize is that during the winter, always be prepared. Check with the California Highway Patrol, Caltrans, to make sure that you check conditions before you come to the mountains. It's very important to know before you go. When you do come up and you're going to recreate on the National Forest, make sure that you're prepared. If you're going into the backcountry, your vehicle is properly equipped. You've let friends or family know where your destination is. If you're coming up to play in the alongside the highways, we ask that you park legally, out of the traffic lanes. You pick a location that's safe, that's away from the road, that you're protecting your family members when they are around their vehicles on the highway. Also to make sure that you have your recreational use pass on your vehicle, because that pays for additional patrols in case you do need immediate assistance. We will be there along with the fire, law enforcement, and highway agencies. Once again, I just want to stress, please know before you go. Check with Caltrans, check with the Highway Patrol, be prepared. Thank you.
Next guest is Mr. Mark Faulkner with the San Bernardino County Fire Department, Fawnskin Division.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press. Just a few notes. I just want to reiterate a few things that have already been covered. Your primary consideration when coming to the mountains is to have fun, but do it safely. It's not going to be any fun if you don't arrive at your destination. So safety should be your primary consideration when coming to the mountains. Stay informed. weather conditions, road conditions, and chain requirements. You can contact the numbers for the Highway Patrol and Caltrans to do that. Staying safe, again, number one consideration, but situations do happen in the mountains. Weather can change suddenly, and you need to be thinking of survival tips to stay safe. Let someone know your destination, your intended destination, estimated time of arrival, and your departure time, so someone knows when, where, and how you're going to your destination and getting out. That way, if you do get stuck in the backcountry somewhere, someone will know that you're overdue and make the proper calls, and we will be out looking for you then. Among the safety items you should carry in your vehicles, which was not mentioned, is a flashlight and also cell phones with extra batteries. Don't depend on your chargers to work, and don't depend on your cell phones to work here in the mountain areas. And in many of the areas, your cell phone will not work. If you do get stuck someplace out in the backcountry, stay with your vehicle, keep your party together, don't wander off. Again, have some survival gear in your cars, warm clothing, extra blankets, flares, some food, and definitely water. Again, San Bernardino County Fire Department welcomes you to the mountains this winter. We want you to have a great holiday season up here in the mountains and stay safe. Thank you very much.
Next guest is Ken Bringle. He's with the Big Bear Resort Association, and he will be talking about where to go and where to get that snow when you get up there.
Yeah, well, everybody else, and you've got some good advice from all of our officials over there. We want to tell you to come up and have some fun. There's a lot of places, Big Bear and the San Bernardino Mountains, to enjoy snow play. Make sure it's a designated area that you go to. Right now over in Big Bear, both the ski areas are open, both Bear Mountain and Snow Summit, with 18 to 28-inch base, excellent coverage and all that. But you don't have to just come up to board and ski. You can also come up and have snow play and enjoy a number of different venues within the area to have some fun. We also encourage you, once you get up to Big Bear, that there are more than just one way up. There's more than just 330. We also have what we call East is Least. Taking the 38 back down is also a way to go. It's just a few minutes longer. Usually does not have the traffic congestion that you would have sometimes on the 330. And we also have what we call the easiest slope. We do it, if you're in Big Bear, you'll see signs that show difficult, easy, and least difficult. The easiest way, of course, is the 18 through Lucerne Valley. And come on down, and you can still, within a few minutes' time, be able to get through with the least amount of mountain driving. But we are a mountain destination. That's why we encourage you to come up, enjoy the snow, enjoy what we have to offer. You also can find out what the conditions are and what's going on in the community by going to bigbear.com. On bigbear.com, you can get, we do have the road conditions as well as weather, everything on that, plus what activities are going on in the mountains for that weekend or whatever time you're coming up. So with that, we encourage everybody to come up, be safe, enjoy it. If you were from a place where you used to have snow and you haven't seen snow in a while, well, we have it now. We're going to have a lot more this weekend, so please come up and enjoy it.
Closing, I would definitely like to thank the agencies that come and spoke with us today about how to keep your trip safe and enjoyable when you come to the mountains and when you're driving in the snow. I would definitely like to thank Snow Valley Ski Resort for allowing us in their parking lot and to display all of the equipment that is necessary to keep your trip up here safe on the road. And I would like to thank John Miller from the U.S. Forest Service for assisting me in doing this press conference. This is the second year we've had it, and I'm sure that we will continue to come up here each year and to inform the public before they come up. In closing, we'd like to do a chain installation demonstration over here on the CHP car. I have Landon Calkin from Caltrans Maintenance District 8. He's the superintendent for the mountain area, and he will be assisted by Keith Lau and Steve from our Dry Creek Maintenance Station. He'll be acting as the chain installer. Thank you very much.
Because we need to get Sam. So
There you have the cost of installing the chains. And as I say, the bib numbers, they have to have a bib on, and then they're the authorized Caltrans chain installers.
Authorized chain installers that work on the state highway. They're authorized by Caltrans to be out there. If the chain installer is authorized, he'd be dressed in some kind of foul weather gear such as this. They'll have a bib with a number on it. They'll have a picture ID with that bib number on it. If they don't have this, they're not authorized by the state to be out there. Also, they're required to give you a receipt after they install your chains and with their bib number on it. Steve's going to show us how to put on a set of chains. First of all, you want to lay them out, make sure they're not twisted. There's two different sets of hooks. There's what they call an easy hook that goes to the inside. This needs to be hooked. There's a cam type hook on the front that goes to the chain. You want to check the tightness of your chain, make sure it's tight, and then apply a chain tightener, which also helps to tighten up the chain. If it's not applied right, it's going to cause damage to your vehicle. It could cause damage to your tires. Make sure you have the right size chain for your tire and the right chain for your vehicle. That's about it.
Well, that concludes the segment here at Snow Valley of Caltrans media event on winter driving and installation of chains and everything else dealing with the snow, which is coming in large quantities very soon. So that's it from Snow Valley. Now stay tuned for these commercials.